I understand that some of you probably would have been working, would have already started working in Office 365. Some of you would have already worked, or you already know what Office 365 is. So just for everyone to be on the same page, so we'll have a quick introduction to what Office 365 is. And then so basically we'll be starting right from zero, and we'll be deep diving as and when we move ahead. So we'll be deep diving into the topics as and when we move ahead. So what is Office 365? So Office 365 is a software as a service. So that's the type of cloud it falls under. So like we have platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. So specifically Office 365 falls under the category of software as a service. So when you say software as a service, so basically that it does work on a subscription-based licensing model. And so what softwares are really provided as a service in this case for Office 365? So it's actually a group. It's not just one. It's a group of productivity tools like Microsoft Office Pro Plus. So now we have 2016 that is available. So we have Office Pro Plus 2016. We have a corporate mailbox, which is provided with the help of Exchange Online. We have instant messaging options like Skype for Business Online, Teams. We have document collaboration options like SharePoint Online, OneDrive. So that's again a part of SharePoint though. So not only these, even there are a couple of other, or a lot of other options available as well, like Yammer, Delve, Sway. So these are all some extra features like Planner and all. So those are extra features that have been now incorporated into Office 365. So yes, we'll have a look at some of those options as well. Actually, we'll at least even get to know what those options are. So those extra features are. But more importantly, everyone, for Office 365, I like to break down Office 365 in this manner. Okay, specifically, let me bring it up here. Okay, so specifically, we have Office Pro Plus, we have Exchange Online, we have SharePoint Online. I'll just write down Skype for Business SFB, Skype for Business Online. Okay, so at the core, these are the major services that any organization would want to go for. Of course, there are a lot of other options: Yammer, OneDrive, Sway, Delve, Power BI, Planner, Staff Hub, and so on. So a lot of new features have been incorporated now, everyone. But at the core, these are the core features or the core services, or which a lot of organizations would really want to rely on. I mean, mailboxes, collaboration services like SharePoint, and instant communication, instant messaging options like Skype for Business Online, and Office to access a client, basically to use that will be used to access these services. So I would say more specifically, you could break down Office 365 into these core services that it has to provide. Okay, so yes, that's what we have here. Let me minimize this. Okay, so software as a service, basically you'll be using, mostly it's over internet. So yes, that's what will be, that's how Office 365 will be accessed. So all these services are hosted by Microsoft, and the servers are being hosted and managed by Microsoft. And when we sign up for Office 365, so we'll be using those specific services by accessing it over the internet. Okay, it is a subscription-based licensing option. Per user is how we pay it. These are some of the plans, but instead of looking at it here, let me bring that up here for you all. So there is a Microsoft Office 365 plans page that will show up if you just search for compare Office 365 plans. Okay, let me open that up. So everyone, when actually Microsoft started off with the cloud, with Office 365, the older name that for Office 365 which we used was actually BPOS, that's Business Productivity Online Suite. So why suite? So it was a group of different softwares that was provided. So in the beginning, we just had Office Pro Plus and Exchange Online. Okay, so SFB, so that time it was Exchange 2007 in clouds. We didn't even had Exchange 20, basically there was no 2016 or 2010. So that was during the 2007 days when we had the 2007 servers is when Business Productivity Online Suite was started, which is the predecessor of Office 365 basically. So once the cloud servers were upgraded to 2010 is when even the Office Pro Plus was introduced. Office Pro Plus 2010 was introduced, and BPOS name got changed to Office 365 after that. So that was during the 2010 upgrade is when the name got changed. Okay, so now we have 2016 build servers in cloud, right? So that's the latest versions that we have in cloud. And in fact, even they're planning to change the name from Office 365 to Microsoft 365, which will be a combination of more options for compliance and also. So the point being, at the beginning, it was just the core features, core services that were provided. So it was just Office and Exchange Online. So to begin with in BPOS, it was just Exchange Online. So even Office Communicator got introduced, Office Pro Plus got introduced, then SharePoint got introduced. So now, like that, we have all these extra options, other features rather, I would say, which are getting introduced, and there are certain new features that would come up eventually, probably a few months down the line. There might be some more new features that might show up in Office 365. So that's the reason why I like to focus on these core services here, everyone, because for any organization, these are the most important services. Mails, right? Most important services. Collaboration of documents, then instant messaging. So these are the more frequently used or frequently required services by any organization. So depending on that is how the licenses have been broken down as well. Okay. So these are some enterprise plans that we are going to look at. But before that, everyone, if you have been working with Microsoft for quite some time on Microsoft products, so for a lot of products there are rather two major differentiators when it comes to the versions of those products. For example, like for Exchange, we have a standard edition and an enterprise edition. Same goes with SQL Server, or for that matter, any other servers that you can think of. We have a standard edition and an enterprise edition, right? So a standard edition normally goes with small and medium businesses whose requirements are not that high. They do want to use those features, but they don't have that high of a requirement. So in such cases, those standard editions would be a bit cheaper. So similarly, everyone, for Office 365, we have two major segments when it comes to subscription. So we have small business plans, which are specifically for small and medium businesses, as the name suggests. You would notice that even the pricing for those licenses are different. Those SMBs, small and medium business licenses, that is the business licenses, are comparatively cheaper than the enterprise licenses. So that is true for Office 365 as well. This is what I'm trying to put forward. So what we have been looking at, standard and enterprise plans. So in Office 365, we have enterprise and business plans. So business plans are for small and medium businesses. Enterprise plans are for bigger organizations. And E5 licenses are the subscription licenses that are options that are available for enterprise plans. Even does not give you Office application, but it gives you access to all the services: Exchange, OneDrive, SharePoint, Teams, Yammer, Stream. However, E3 and E5, they come with all the services as well as Office applications. So with one single license of E3, I can install Office application, and that user will get access to a mailbox, to OneDrive, to SharePoint, to Teams, to Yammer, to Stream. Okay. So E3 and E5, if you notice, these two are pretty much the same. Okay. Just one service that would show up here extra under E5, so that is Power BI, but that is not the only difference, everyone. With E3 and E5, the major differentiator is there are two rather. So there is one which is Advanced Threat Protection, ATP. So ATP, or the advanced threat protection, zero-day protection is also something that we call it. So that is by default available. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so guard your mailbox against malicious links and attachments with Exchange Online. Advanced threat protection, so that is available by default. There is a customer lockbox feature that available. So we'll have a look at that. I'll let you know what customer lockbox is. So for now, it's just you get more control over your own data. That's what customer lockbox will give us. Okay, so even though our data is being hosted by Microsoft, being managed by the Microsoft data center, in the Microsoft data center, by the data center engineers or administrators, so still we'll have complete authority and control over our own data. So if anyone, even from the backend, tries accessing your data, so they'll not be able to if you put it in a customer logbox. Cool. So that's what customer logbox is. It's available for free with E5. And more importantly, we have enterprise voice features that are available with E5 license. So make domestic or international calls from current or new phone numbers with add-on calling plan. Make, receive, and transfer calls across a wide range of devices with phone system. So these options, these enterprise voice features, are what are available with enterprise E5 license. All right, so these are some options, everyone, and more importantly for enterprise plans, as you could see, there is no limit on the maximum number of users that you can have in the organization. So enterprise plans they don't really have that upper limit. Okay, so coming back to the point, everyone, E3 and E5 are the most widely used enterprise licenses. Both E3 and E5, they give Office package and all the major services. So the major difference, however, between E3 and E5 is that E5 has will give you ATP, that is Advanced Threat Protection or zero-day protection. It will give you customer logbox. It will give you enterprise voice features. So these are some more features that you get with enterprise E5 license. So that might help you decide which plan to go with. And again, like I said, in India, because of TRAI, right, the Telephone Regulatory of India, basically, Authority of India. So currently calling from IP phone, basically, or from internet, calling from internet to a landline from within India or a mobile device, basically. So from internet to landline or a mobile device is something which was not currently, till now it wasn't allowed in India. But like I said, currently I think they have updated the rule, and we should be able to see the E5 enterprise features rolled out soon in India as well. Okay, so you could make a call from your Skype for Business or Teams directly to a landline or a mobile device. So that's the enterprise voice features, everyone, with E5 license. And these are the different subscriptions and licensing options that we have. So if you scroll down here, okay, let me put this in the chat box if in case you don't have it. Okay, so from this link, everyone, please scroll down, more details, and please sign up for a trial account for E5.